people are gonna join, but I can start sharing. Can you see my screen already?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. I've prepared also a special topic for today to have a look together at some advanced trading strategies we were discovering during the last few weeks, and also a little bit of a sneak peek into what is coming into NFT Butler. But since we have a lot of new faces right now, I would start with a very similar demo to what we did the last few AMAs. So just showing the tool, how I use it, and then maybe in the end we can have this excursion into other NFT trading strategies and the sneak peek outlook. Is that fine for everyone?
Sure.
Yes. Let's
Awesome.
go.
Okay, let's go. So what you can see here is NFT Butler in its latest version. We are just going to release it in a few hours, latest tomorrow. It has some new feature updates, which we will speak about a little bit later on. I don't know what you have already seen about NFT Butler. It's basically a bulk bidding tool for NFT collections on OpenSea. So you can create tasks which are bidding on collections with your wallet. Every bid is going to have a validity of X amount of hours, minutes, or weeks. You're going to bid on token IDs basically, and you can now, this is one of the new features which will be released. So far you were only able to bid with a fixed amount of price. So here I was bidding with 0.35 ETH, outbidding other competitors which have already placed a bid on this collection up to a maximum price of 0.38 ETH, and outbidding steps of 1%. And now what we are also releasing, you can now also bid just relative to the current floor price. And the task will basically check regularly if the floor price changed, and it will also change your bidding price. Every task has a few icons to control it. So those two are running right now. You can put as many tasks as you want into the queue, which will be picked up automatically once a task has finished processing. And each task bids with a throughput of about 1000 bits per hour. You can always check. So this is the demo version. This is very bad right now. So usually here you would see the stats. What is the current floor price? What is your profit span? But this is like the latest bug fix we are just implementing in the latest release. The stats is currently broken, but it's already fixed. I just need to download the latest version. Very sorry for that. Yes, so I'm gonna show how I usually find a collection and start bidding on it. So we have also introduced what we call it collection scanner. So it's basically a Discord bot which scans the 1100 biggest collections on OpenSea every hour for various filters, such like is it at least 30 days old to avoid additional risk, because after 30 days a collection is usually settled. It wasn't a rug pull. There is not too much volatility anymore. This also depends on the market, of course, but usually after 30 days you have stable prices. Then it will also check the current floor price. What is the floor price minus the royalties? So this is your expected sell price once you flip an NFT. Then it will scan 600 tokens of this collection and just evaluate the current average bid level. So it tries to find the bid level which all of the tokens or most of the tokens have in common, and that's the current bid level. And based on this, it can also tell you what is your current overbid level. So if you want to outbid other people, what would your overbid level be? And with these two values, you can basically check out the current profit span you would have for this collection. It also checks the one-day sales, and it will only post collections if the one-day sales is above 10 and the 7-day sales above 70. Because once a bid is accepted on OpenSea, you want to make sure to flip your NFT as fast as possible, at least from a trader point of view. So that's why we want to make sure there are at least 10 sales a day to make sure you can, there is still activity on this collection. And it will also add a green banner to every collection, which has a lower one-day average price than a 7-day average price. And this comes down to a psychological background. So our experience from the last few months is people are more likely to accept your bids if the price is slightly dropping because FOD, basically. So let's maybe open this collection here. 1 second, let me take the right browser.
I just have a quick question. As you said,
Sure.
so this tool, it works on OpenSea at the moment, right?
Yes.
So is it on the Polygon ETH chain? Does that matter if a project is like only using like the ETH network, or like how does that work?
Yes, we are using the official SDK and APIs of OpenSea. So it's nothing shady. We're using really the official APIs with API keys from OpenSea, and the SDK and the APIs from OpenSea, they currently only support the Ethereum network to do bids, not the Polygon network at this point.
Okay, all right. So if there's a because I've seen some projects like that work on the Polygon network only, like that would be excluded in that case there.
Yes, for automated bidding, yes. That's also why the Polygon network receives far less bids at this point. And there is only very few shady solutions out there to do automated bids on the Polygon network. It's basically browser automations.
Okay, but are you working like on something in the future, maybe like that the tool is possible to be used on like other marketplaces other than OpenSea?
Yes, that's on our roadmap as well. So we also want to support Polygon. We already tested it. It's really just because the SDK doesn't support it right now. But this is as soon as Polygon is going to be supported by the SDK, we will support it as well. And we are also exploring the option of onboarding other marketplaces. It depends a bit on the blockchain or the marketplace, because some marketplaces already have incorporated similar features, like you can bid on the whole collection, which is not possible on OpenSea. Yeah. And we are also in contact with Magic Eden already, because we have other NFT services where we already have worked with the developers of Magic Eden, which is a very big marketplace for the Solana network. But we just started with OpenSea because it's the widely used marketplace with the most rates.
Yeah, it's the most dominant right now.
Exactly.
And maybe important to know that the bidding that we do is avoiding gas fees. So you don't have to pay gas fees if you use a tool like NFT Butler, and that's also why it's not so painful to be on Ethereum, right? So I think
yeah, that's a cool feature.
Yes, it's really a sweet spot with NFT Butler, because whenever you place bids, you're not. So since we go through the OpenSea APIs, and all the bits are processed off-chain, so they are basically signed and then stored by OpenSea on a database, so we are not paying any gas for every bit. Once a bid is accepted by an NFT holder, he will pay for gas for you, so you will get it without gas. Then you're going to list it, and listing does also not involve gas cost as long as the NFT was listed at least once in the past. And then the buyer is going to pay gas again for your, if he buys your NFT. So you really never pay gas and can do good profit.
That's interesting. Okay.
Okay, so let's have a look at this collection, which I just opened here. So what I usually check opening the collection. Second, let me just change this. Okay. I usually want to see at least 20 bits per. So 10 is the absolute minimum. If the sales per day are below 10, it wouldn't even post it. Current floor price is at 0.4. We have 40 sales, 50 sales, 20-ish. Yeah, so this looks fine. There is still a lot of activity going on. So I feel very confident, once a bid is accepted, I can flip it within a few hours. Then I also like this curve. So there was a peak on this collection at around about a month ago. And since then, it's slightly dropping. So this might be nagging on people's minds, and maybe someone is in need of fast liquidity. So maybe it's a good collection to do bits on. Then I usually also scroll through the history of the collection. I can see bits are being accepted at 0.33. Let's check what was the royalties, 10%. So flipping it at 0.4 would be like $120 profit. So that's okay. If possible, I would like to see cheaper flips accepted. So those here, they were really nice. This was an awesome flip here. Not much more flips. Let's also have a look at a few of those tokens just to see how heavily people are currently bidding on this collection. So bid level is at 0.27, it looks like. This is also what the bot found as a current bid level. There's only one bid expiring in 1 hour. Let's also have a quick look how many bids were done in the last day. So people are bidding on this at around 0.27 ETH. So maybe I think, yeah, it's not too bad. So usually I aim for like 0.05 to 0.1 ETH. So I would try to outbid at maybe 0.29 or 0.30 because 0.30 is going to be psychologically much better than 0.27. And I think we would be able to get some flips here. Let's also scan just a few more tokens just to get a rough idea of what other people were doing here. So here we do not have any offers on this one. It just expired. It was also 0.27. 0.35. So this might be a very targeted bid because it has very rare trades here. The Javeler, the Vulture. So this is another bidding strategy to really bid on trades basically. So this looks like someone has, started the task and bids higher on very rare NFTs of this collection. An hour ago, but before that it didn't receive much higher bids. And another one, also no offer yet. I like it, so it looks like a lot of them do not have offers at all. Okay, I think this is a good collection for bidding. So let's grab the collection slug. Let's go back to NFT Butler. Let's create a task for this collection. It has 8,899 tokens. I'm going to use the outbidding feature. So new feature which is just going to be released tonight or latest tomorrow is you can now bid in fixed amount of ETH. That's what I used to, so that's what I'm going to use it for. But now the new feature is also you can bid relative to the floor. So you could say I want to bid 40% below the floor up to a maximum of 30% below the floor. with outbidding of 1%. But since we already did our analysis and I want to be, very clear about what I'm bidding for, I'm gonna do 0.30 and 0.31. Yeah, 20. I could do 29 here just to outbid people, but I think I'm much more likely to get some of these NFTs if I start at 0.30 already. And I have to define a validity of those bids, and I'm going to choose 12 hours. Usually I choose between 12 and 24 hours. Since this is the first time I'm bidding on this collection, I'm going to choose 12. And I choose one of my wallets. Wallet 1 is fine. It should have some free funds. Let me also take those out of the queue here and actually play this task. So right now I can play up to 2 running tasks in parallel because I'm hosting one OpenSea API key. If you buy NFT Butler, you can run one task at a time, which is served for free with an API key from our backend. If you add your own OpenSea API key, you can run up to 2 tasks in parallel, and you can even add a second OpenSea API key, and then you can run 4 tasks in parallel up to 4,000 bits per hour. So since I'm going to run this one is going to pop off because I can only run 2 tasks. So I'm going to add it to the queue, and it will be processed once one of these tasks will be finished. We can also check the logs, so I can see there is one always active, there is nearly 9,000 tokens waiting in the queue, and we see the completed bids. You get full transparency, so you can see what was the current highest offer, what is your offer price, when was the bid placed, and when is it going to expire. Yes. So
just a general question again. Is that
Sure.
something OpenSea like is in anything like targeting to ban like accounts? Like if you use it, for example, like
No.
the OpenSea sees it, like
No. I'm doing this since 3 months. We are also in contact with OpenSea officially, so we ordered those API keys officially with our homepage. We were in contact with them. They have even increased some of the limits of our OpenSea API keys. They're actually gonna profit from every.
yeah, of
And-
course
and-
they do. I'm just wondering, like, yeah.
No. So what they have in their terms and conditions, you're not allowed to use multiple API keys. So what we do here, maybe we need to reduce this, that you can only host one OpenSea API key. We are still trying to, get a full-blown partnership with OpenSea to really scale the whole application and also make it better for our users. So maybe we need to remove that option. And they also state it's not allowed to use proxies, and we don't support proxies. So we have basically tested the rate limits of their API. So what are they allowing? And right now they allow per IP up to 4,000 bits per hour. We have tested this for months, and it was hard work to find out how much can we do before we get rate limited by their APIs. So we are really playing along the rules, and that's also what we aim for.
Makes sense.
Yeah. You can host as many wallets as you want in NFT Butler, and then process your bits with them. There was a rule by OpenSea which said you cannot have more than 10,000 active bits per wallet. This was removed a few days or weeks ago. Right now, there is only one rule left. You cannot bid more than 1,000 times your wrapped Ethereum funds in your wallet. So with this wallet, I could bid 1,000 times 1.7 ETH or 10,000 times 0.17 ETH. And this is still enforced, so you cannot put as many bits as you want. You can only put 1,000 times your funds. That's what they enforce, and tasks will automatically fail, like this one here. when you exceed this limit, then they will pop off the queue, and you can resume them later when your bids have expired again.
Hi guys.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. When you have 1 ETH on the wallet, you can attack a 10k collection at 0.1 price. If you have 2 ETH, you can attack a 10k collection at 0.2, etc.
Exactly.
True.
Yes, exactly. And I think they removed the 10,000 active bits completely because I already tested. Last time someone mentioned it to me, and I was testing it the last few days, and it's really true. I can have more than 10,000 active bits now.
Oh, I didn't see that. I just stopped before that.
Yeah, I wasn't aware, and they don't announce those changes. But when running, I was able to run 12,000 bits. So with this wallet, I was able to run like 14,000 bits at 0.13 or 0.14 ETH. So the 10,000 limit is gone.
Oh, that's nice. That's
Yes.
good news.
Yeah, right. That's good news. So it's all dependent on your funds now. And this is also a topic where we can already show a short sneak peek. So as you guys know, one of the next features after this release is going to be the wallet stats. So you can actually see, how many of your funds are allocated to bits and when are they going to expire. So we removed the cake diagram with the 10,000 active bits, and we have now gone to a diagram where you can just see how your funds are going to be freed from expiration, and you will see a collection overview. How many active bits does each collection have? What is the average bid price, and how many funds are used for each collection?
Can't wait for this.
Yes, we neither. This is really, no one has this, and OpenSea doesn't show how many bits are active. It's really annoying to not lose track on all your active bits. So that's why we are introducing this feature. Any other questions at this point about creating tasks, bidding? Maybe for Chris and Max. So right now it's really a manual process. So you start your tasks, you do a lot of bits. I usually have on my smartphone the Therion app installed, which is just watching my wallet and will send me push messages if a bid is accepted. And then I will go manually to OpenSea and list my NFT, which I just got for the floor price. And then, crossing fingers, in a few hours, it's hopefully sold. And we are aiming to automate the whole process. So one of the next feature updates in our backlog currently is also that you can, when starting a task, you can already define once a bid is accepted, you want to automatically list it for the floor price or maybe a little bit below or a little bit above. And then NFT Butler is going to have event listeners on your wallet, and whenever a bid is accepted and you get one of the NFTs, it's gonna list it for the floor price. So to really automate the whole experience and make flips full automatically.
At the same time, we also plan to soon have recurring tasks, so you can rerun them automated. So basically, our vision here is that you choose the collection, and it automatically reruns, buys and sells, does everything automated for you. So we are really supporting this niche NFT trader flipper strategy with as much automation as possible.
It also feels a little bit like a game because you get this small dopamine flash whenever a bid is accepted and you can successfully flip it. It's like a little bit, in like Diablo or Path of Exile when you get an item cheap on the market and then sell it.
I think that's also something that our community would love to see.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
very nice to see an offer accepted in the morning, just when you woke
Yeah,
up.
right.
Especially when you offer the shameless low offers.
Yes. Maybe, Benny, I think it's also important that you show the success stories, if you have not something else right now on the agenda.
Sure. I also wanted to mention, we are doing flipping right now, and it's very profitable because it's a very early market. But we also have users who are just, interested in an NFT collection, and they maybe don't want to pay gas fees, so they maybe just bid 5 or 10% below the floor price just to get more NFTs of the collection a little bit cheaper and hold on to it. So it's not the single use case. It's not just flipping. It's also if you want to get some more NFTs of your favorite collection, you can also get them a little bit cheaper with NFT Butler. That's also what users are using for.
Yeah, I think that's what we're really interested in, maybe building into our DAO, or maybe let the DAO, the people who are how do you say, participating in the DAO basically, are who cannot afford the bot at this time. They maybe get a distribution of what we earn through the flipping, or maybe we focus certain projects, like certain games that were, as you said, where we focus the floor of certain markets in certain games to get the certain items the players need and for the game, at the lower price, and then
That's a cool
they
idea.
benefit from it.
Makes sense.
That's
Yeah.
very interesting.
I do both things myself. I flip, of course, and I attack collections that I know that are doing not that well at the moment, and I attack them to grab more NFTs, because as I believe in the collection and I think it will go up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Yeah, it's
flipping
interesting.
instantly every time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm also waiting for a game that I really want to play and use the NFT Butler for farming. Why not?
Yeah. But then again, there's gonna be some games that might not want that, or so.
Yeah, I think it's always
Yeah,
tricky to think the whole systematic
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
economies there.
So let's have a look at the success stories. I just had one today, 1 hour ago was that, I think. Yeah, 1 hour ago. So that was. So here, this collection has very low royalties. I got I don't know, 8 or 7 of those bombs in the last few days. Flipped another one today for 0.05 ETH. So here I go quite near to the floor because I observed the collections for several days. So I, get a good feeling on how fast the floor is moving. So I try to get a little bit nearer to the floor so I get more bits accepted and I can do more flips. So this was one.
Hey, show mine.
Sorry?
Show
Show
my
his
flip.
flip.
Okay. Sorry. Then, you did some awesome flip. You doubled the price, huh?
Yeah, I know this collection well, so I know that 0.075 was dirt cheap. So I was patient. I knew it was going to sell at 0.049.
Ah, nice. Yeah, right. Sometimes if you have the experience of a collection, it's good to be patient a little bit because you know it's going to be back at this price and you can take more profit from it. Sometimes I'm feeling.
Sorry, how do you measure the outlook of a collection? Is it because you just like it personally, or?
Yeah. This collection, I minted it. I sold some, and I just followed it for months. So you never can predict anything, but you have a feeling about the chart, about the community.
Mm-hmm.
So you sense things. I knew that it would go up, and I attacked it with a very thin floor. The floor was 0.1, but it was maybe 5 listings to get to 0.12. So when it's 0.1, I attack 0.07, and I know that a guy will receive the offer and see that the floor is 0.1. He will not look at the detail of the listings. But the floor was not really 0.1, it was 0.12 ish actually, because it was very thin.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Then what else do we have? Oh, this was a juicy flip as well, huh? 0.14.
I mean, my highlight was like this Sunday. Like if you scroll a little bit up.
Yeah, we have a lot.
Here, this one.
Here.
Yeah.
This was your Dungeons and Dragons day, right?
Yes, that was one day of dungeon mastering, and at the evening I I checked and see. Yeah, nice. I got 3. What was it? Cheetahs, I think. I got 3 cheetahs that I instantly flipped, each for like almost $400 profit. So the pizza went on me.
Yeah, this weekend was very successful.
And it's crazy. I ask myself why certain days are so successful. Like I have feeling always before we have a small crypto bull run, I get successful with flipping.
I think that's,
I think it really depends on the market.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like it does.
And it's also lucky, you cannot be all over the place with your bits, since you're limited with your funds. So sometimes you just get lucky on a collection and you get a bunch of them because maybe someone is selling multiple, and sometimes you're just bidding on the wrong collections. Everyone else gets flips, and you're just staring at the screen for a week and feeling lonely. This happens to me as well. So.
The Excel sheets are also nice. Some users like.
Yeah, but I feel like it feels a little bit invasive into their personal.
Okay.
Should we show it? I don't know. So this is a month of profit with a lot of small flips, and we have few of them. Yeah, I really like it. Users have started posting. This was 3 weeks, I think. Yeah.
And I mean, some of the users that are really successful had really no experience at all. And they just came into our first demo, they learned about the tool, they started flipping, they asked questions, they try out different strategies, and I'm really proud of some of the users that.
The thing is, you can be very conservative. You really can start with a low bankroll and just make low offers and just wait, and you'll get some offers accepted one moment or another. So you can be aggressive, conservative. You can offer what you want. Actually, you can play the Butler game at the level you want, the intensity you want.
Totally true. I think beginners, I would always recommend to stay a little bit far from the floor price. So maybe you don't, maybe it takes longer until you get your first flip, but you're always in a comfort zone. You're never stressed. You don't lose anything, right? But
Yeah,
if
that's
you
it.
get one, then you have enough time to flip it, even if the floor price drops. I mean, I'm super aggressive right now and going also close to the floor price. And I know I need to get rid of them fast. I just lost a little bit of money now with one of the flips because the robotos were falling so fast, and I didn't get rid of it. So that can happen. So for newbies, keep some distance to the floor price and play the luck game.
Yeah. Cool. I also wanted to show some advanced flipping strategies. I was discussing actually this week with one of our members. But maybe first, Max and Chris, do you have questions on what we just showed?
No, pretty straightforward.
Seems clear, yeah.
Okay, perfect. So because we have just in our holders chat, we are really working together with the community. So we have a community vote running right now about after the wallet starts, what should come next. And we have basically 4 features in the pipeline and people are voting for it. So either the safety feature, which would monitor your collection you're currently bidding on and automatically invalidate all your bids once the floor drops below your profit span. So this was to be a safety feature. Then we have the automated listing feature. Once a bid is accepted, to automatically list your NFT. Then we have the looping task, which is currently highest priority from what people want to see. So the idea is you choose a collection, you will have a task bidding on it, and it will basically loop and automatically bid again once your bids are expired, always in a certain range with min and max price. You just always refresh your bids and keep them up and steady. And this is something I just added like 2 days ago. It's a listener task which came from some of our more experienced users. So we have seen when we are watching other successful NFT traders, we have basically seen 2 strategies which seem to be very, very successful. And one of them is bidding on every NFT which gets listed, because the intention of someone listing an NFT is he wants to sell it. So if you're bidding on them, he's probably more likely to accept your bid because maybe he's in need of fast liquidity and don't want to wait, a few hours. So he's going to accept your bid. And the other strategy we saw it on this guy here. Gurkuda is doing a lot of flips. So this is just one day. You can see it here. And this is another day. So he's doing a lot of flips and a lot of profit. And actually what we saw is, so he's watching a collection, and if a bid gets accepted, so here we have this 0x apes. A bid gets accepted at 0.20 at 0.126 and 0.125 to Metapoti. And it's all from the same seller. So what he does whenever there is an event bid accepted, he's gonna look into the seller's wallet and check if the seller has more NFTs of the same collection, because maybe he's gonna sell more of them, and will then just outbid this guy on all of the other NFTs of the same seller and the same collection.
Wow, that guy is really smart.
Yeah, right? It's really smart. And one of our users was really complaining because he was bidding on the whole collection. He got 2 of the bids accepted, and then this guy fucked him and got another 6. And he was doing all the work, and he was just doing some targeted bids and got like 6 NFTs while he only got 2. So that's the background of this listener task. So we thought, okay, why not introducing a new task, listener task, which would have a listener on both of these event types. So you can configure it to bid on all new listed items, and also if a bid is accepted, check if the seller has other NFTs of the same collection in his wallet, and then bid on all of them with a min and max price, automatically outbidding others. So basically, trying this strategy. But I'm not 100% sure, because right now how our task scheduler works, it would just outbid once. And this needs to happen within seconds, because maybe this seller here, he's gonna sell, 10 NFTs within 1 or 2 minutes. So you need to see those accept bid events within a few seconds and then bid on all his other NFTs rather quickly.
Yeah, it would be a battle.
Yeah, it would be a battle, right?
Against a human.
Yeah. And here we can
Most
also
likely.
see some of the NFTs were then sold again to another guy. So I guess he was doing the same thing and outbidding maybe him again. I don't know. I didn't follow the full history. So I don't know if it's really worth to implement the feature, because maybe it's going to be a race. with a lot of other bots trying to do the same, and it would be very challenging to monitor those tokens and then outbid again to be the highest bidder and still making sure you're still in profit. But I think
and question
it's
is,
it's
I
worth a
think
try.
OpenSea would maybe not like that because it
Ah.
would destroy the experience maybe of the users. I don't know.
I don't think so. The
No?
user is happy if he gets higher bids.
Oh yeah, for sure. But the guy who you're bidding against, who's trying to get it.
Yeah, I mean, those are
Like the guy-
anyway all traders, right? They are all aiming for the biggest profit, but I don't think the main
Yeah,
focus
not
for
always, and sometimes maybe you piss the wrong guy off. I don't know.
maybe.
You know?
But it's a hard game. We started like mid of last year with trying to sniper NFTs, which were just below the floor price, really strong. So we already have this competition of bots trying to get those very cheap NFTs, and we have no chance. It's a game of milliseconds. So I'm not too sure about the success rate of this task. If it's going to be, very competitive market, but maybe it's worth a try, because if you look at, guys like this, you can really see the success if
Yeah,
you're doing this
yeah.
strategy.
And I guess if the person really wants it, he's gonna just pay whatever in some cases for a project.
Yeah. What do you think, La Punier and Libio? Would that be something? It would still require half an API key. So you would have a collection wash listener, and it would still use one of your task slots here for each collection you're listening on.
I wasn't in front of the screen for the last minute, actually.
Sorry?
I was not on my desk.
Okay.
For a
So
few
you
minutes.
missed.
I'm sorry. I missed
No
the
problem.
the last part.
So let me show you again. So here, this Gurkuda, he's using very advanced NFT bidding strategy. So he basically watches collections, and whenever a bid is accepted from someone, he will look into the seller's wallet and automatically outbid on all the other NFTs he holds of the same collection, trying to get more of his NFTs.
Yeah, I got it.
So this guy was bidding at 0.125. Then he saw, these bids got accepted. So now let's quickly bid a little bit higher on those, and maybe I can get some of them. And he got like double as he got.
That is smart.
So we were thinking about introducing a listener task, so you can actually configure a collection, and it will do the same. So it will listen on bidding events or bid accepted events, and then automatically outbid others on all the other NFTs of the same seller. But it could be a very competitive market. Others might do the same. So I'm not too sure if we are just ending up with 10 other bots trying to be the highest bidder at the same point.
Because you're positive that this Gokuda or something guy is he has a bot to do what
Yes.
what you show.
It was reported by one of our users. So one of our users, he bids on all the NFTs of a collection. He got 2 of them, and then this Gurkuda got the rest of the bids just a few seconds later, because he just immediately outbid him once the first 2 bids were accepted.
Yeah. It's not chance.
It's not gentle, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's see maybe.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Yeah, I think there might be a lot of success, and we would also combine it with also listening on listing events. So you can have one listener tasks which would listen on bid accepted events and then automatically bid on all the other NFTs in the seller wallet. And you can also have a listener on the same task for all listed tokens. So whenever an NFT is listed, you're going to bid with a min and max price on it, because whenever an NFT is listed, the seller is more likely to accept bids, since he obviously want to sell the NFT. Awesome. So this is what we currently have in the pipeline and currently are working on. What is this? This was just a task. So what did we already do? We already processed nearly 500 bits. Did I already get one? No, not yet. I'm very unfortunate. Do you guys have any other questions about NFT Butler?
So far, it's clear. We like Chris and me. We're not like, we don't have it yet. It sounds very interesting. Also for the DAO, as I said, the future of NFT gaming is very interesting.
Yes, we expect the market to grow a lot in the next years, especially when games start to incorporate NFTs.
Yeah,
And I think,
definitely.
yeah.
And there are some games already coming out. Big Time, Ember Sword, Illuvium, Guild of Guardians. They're all gonna sell NFTs.
I'm watching them since months, all of them already.
Same.
I went way too deep into Immutable X. Too early. Like on day one, I was all in Immutable X.
Nice. Yeah, we have some assets also in different games.
Yeah. And I think bidding will be, I'm not too sure how it will play out in various marketplaces, but I think, it's part of of a lot of gaming industry, right? You need to find this price level, and bidding is like the buyer curve, while listing is like the seller curve. So
It's like market makers, basically.
yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's probably needed for the ecosystem. Like,
We are the good guys.
yeah.
we are the liquidity provider, right? As we like to say. If you need instant liquidity, accept our bid, and we are gonna flip it for you.
And the ecosystem profits from more efficient price finding, right?
Yes.
You see, win-win.
Okay, awesome. If there are no further questions, then thank you very much for joining, and the AMA, and speak to you soon then.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for the intro. I'm gonna add you on Discord.
Sure.
So we can take it on from there.
That's perfect. Thank you so much, Chris and Max.
All right.
Thanks, everyone. Have a nice evening.
Yeah. You
Have
too.
a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye guys. Bye.
You too. Bye.
Ciao.